Still a bit high. Holy.
So do us a favor, comment below the video whatever tutorials you guys want to see next. I know we've seen a few on the wall play, and we've seen a few on how to shoot harder.
We're going to teach Chris that one anyway, so if you want a tutorial on that, we'll do it at the same time.
Yeah, well, we're going to attempt that. Okay, so this is going to be part one of wall play and picking up rims. So we're going to work strictly kind of on the wingers, but also centermans could find themselves in positions where they're having to fill in for a winger on the wall, picking up rims in the defensive zone.
We see a lot of comments for this one, which is picking up awkward pucks and rims on the wall and how to pick them up, maintain speed, and get going from either a rim or an awkward pass. So let's jump into this one and show you the steps that we think's best to pick up an awkward puck or a rim.
So what we see players doing, which is wrong in most case scenarios, sometimes obviously you have to resort to something that's not traditional, but we watch a lot of players want to pick up rims. It's the easy way to do it, you can't miss it, and we pick it up in our feet. It is not a situation we want to be in. When that puck hits our skates, we can't really do much. We have to find it, make sure it takes a good bounce, and then make a play. Also, if we pick it up with our feet, our butts on the boards, we're not able to protect the puck. It's exposed to anybody coming into this area. So the way that we want to do it is when we're back checking, we're always going to back check through the middle of the ice. So when you're picking up a rim, we're starting through the middle of the ice and we're going to head towards the boards. Heading towards the boards, the first rule is always to check your shoulder. Find out what's coming, find out where the opposing team is, and what you're going to need to do when that puck hits your stick. Heading to the boards, I'm shoulder checking, getting my stick on the boards, ready to pick up the rim. When the rim comes, I've already understood where the traffic's coming from. So if the traffic is coming from the outside, I can pick up the rim, spin, and skate up the boards. If I see a defenseman pinching on the wall, I can now pick up the pucks, use my butt, turn, protect the puck. I can make a pass, or I can jump and skate into the open area. So that's how we're going to walk through this first drill. Just simple rims, choosing what side to go to, and exploding out to that area. Okay, so looking at blade angles while picking up pucks on the wall. Pretty simple, pretty self-explanatory, just like we were catching passes. We'll just run through it really quickly. So if we're trying to keep the puck in play and keep it on our sticks, we got to turn our blade over and be able to handle it and knock the puck down. So if the puck's traveling around the boards and my stick is set at 90 degrees and we get a kick, it could bounce up and over. It also will bounce off the bottom of the blade and cause a dribbling puck. So what we want to do to eliminate the bouncing puck off a 90-degree blade is cup the puck more before it hits our stick. So while the puck's traveling, we understand we want to keep the puck on our stick and not just chip it out. We're going to cup the puck and allow to knock anything that's bouncing along the boards or any flat passes down and keep it inside the cup of that stick. Vice versa, if we want to just chip the puck out and release it, we can keep our blade 90 or open it slightly and use the boards to deflect the puck out into the neutral zone. So on the backhand, the rules work the same. If we want to keep the puck in our area, we're going to close our stick over and cup it on our backhand. 90 degrees obviously causes some trouble where it bounces, and then if we open it up, we're going to be able to chip the puck out. The one thing we didn't speak about is the angles while we're opening our stick up. So if you are looking to just chip it into the neutral zone, you can keep it pretty neutral. If you want to really send it down to a guy who's flying through and could pick it up at the far blue line, we might open it up a little bit more and allow a little bit more loft to get it up off that glass and past the defenseman. So everybody knows it's no secret, we're all better on our forehand than we are our backhand. But picking up the pucks, rimming on our backhand is part of the game we need to know, and if you can master it, it'll make it a lot easier to play a 200-foot game. Okay, so going to the wall is going to be the same thing. We're coming down the middle, shoulder checking, finding out where the pressure is, and then entering the wall with our stick. On the backhand, if the puck is coming nice and smooth, we can catch it early. If the puck is coming fast or bouncing, we want to use a technique to use the wall and just whack the puck. Take the spin off that puck and use the wall to settle it down and be able to make a play. So we'll walk through that really quickly with you now. So the next area of the game, we talk about offensively. We see a lot of pucks coming onto the wall and players who have to make decisions quickly along the wall when the puck goes up to the defenseman at the point and is put back down the wall. We could receive that puck around the hash marks or even lower all the way down to behind the net. So we'll work a little bit on how to receive pucks coming up the half wall as you climb closer to the blue line, and also as you get closer to the net and being able to use that net to your advantage. So the first one in the offensive zone is defenseman putting the puck down the wall, as we see every game a million times. So as a forward, I have an option. I need to feel the pressure coming. If there is pressure, I need to understand who's in the middle of the ice and where the defenders are. So for this example, I'm simulating like that defenseman is pressing me up the boards and is trying to get to the inside of my body. So the defenseman is not allowing me to cut to the middle. I need to use what space I've created behind me to get into. How we're gonna do it is come up the boards. The defenseman will put the puck down, and I'm gonna catch the puck and turn into the open space and take a drive to the net. The way we're gonna do it, and the way that is best done, as you see in the NHL, Connor McDavid does it a lot, pretty impressive, decent hockey player. We wanna let the puck, if we know that we're gonna turn around and head the other way, sometimes it's not an option. We want to let the puck pass us, so we would usually receive it in front of our body to be able to make a play to the middle. But because my mind's made up and I'm heading down, I want to take that time away. So I'm going to let the puck travel back into my stance. So the puck's here, I'm catching it back while turning and moving. So the puck is down, I'm catching the puck behind myself while I'm turning, and then I can drive to the net. It just eliminates that extra catch, pull, and then turn. We're eliminating that middle step, which is a split second that the defender can't get back. And if you know how to do it properly, it'll create more time and space for yourself.
This also is a great factor. If you haven't seen the punch turn tutorial, go watch that one. Try that, and it will make this one a hell of a lot easier, because as you see him receive that puck behind him, he then punch turns and escapes down low.
Okay, so the second move, we just talked about heading downhill towards the corner and then exiting towards the net as the defenseman's pressuring on top. Now we're gonna speak about the defenseman pressuring off your back hip, forcing you up the wall, which, if their winger's not in a good position, is an open invite to head to the net. So we're gonna work on picking the puck up on the wall, being deceptive, not showing that defenseman what we're doing, and exploding to the middle of the ice to get a good shot off. So we're gonna go through two forms of this. The first one will be, we've created a decent amount of space and we don't need to shake off that defender. So we're gonna be able to have our feet coming up the train tracks towards the blue line, pick up the wall play, and head towards the net. The second one will act like the defenseman's pressuring us pretty tight. We need to shake them down a little bit and then head to the net. So we'll walk through both of those different versions with you right now.
Ew. Jesus, heads up. Oh. Oh my God.
This stick is unbelievable.
I couldn't agree more. What stick is it?
For the backhand, the rules remain the same. We're gonna try, if we're heading downhill, we're gonna try to catch the puck behind us where it's traveling down, we're buying ourselves some time, catching it behind us, and turning into the puck to explode into the area and towards the net. If we're trying to shake down a defender and head to the middle of the ice, a little bit tougher in our backhand because we're catching the puck with our back facing the boards and heading to the middle of the ice with our back facing the boards and the net behind us. So once you enter into that middle of the ice, either you have a lethal Sidney Crosby backhand, or you got to try to find yourself in a position where you're facing the net and can get a forehand shot off.
Oh, that shot was disgusting. It nearly come back and hit me.
All right, as you guys seen, this took 2 different ice times to film just because we were at the back end of one of our sessions and finished it up at the start of the next. So you see us got some different gear on, look a little bit different, maybe a little bit less sweaty. But that's, yeah, exactly. He's missing some hair on his face, a chin, maybe a haircut, I don't know.
Gone back 5 years.
But that's wall play. So obviously we're not gonna touch on every inch of wall around the whole entire rink, but those are some really common areas where you're guaranteed gonna have pucks coming into those areas and places you're gonna need to make plays. These are a few options we've given you, and we've taught you a few different ways to receive them and be deceptive. Obviously, there's many different strategies and ways you can do it. These are the ones that we've been taught and we find most effective over our years of hockey, so give them a try. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the tutorials, and keep commenting what you guys want to see, because it's fun for us to create good content and get out here and work on our skills as well.